Hey there, folks. So, Trump is a senile sociopath who is only in charge of America because America apparently can't get rid of him. Now, the fact that he's a cackling lunatic is obvious to all. But that has a correction mechanism called impeachment. Americans did actually anticipate this when they founded their country. So, as much as we talk about Trump this and Trump that, it's really the people who are letting him continue to rule and wreck the country that are to blame. One thing the founders didn't anticipate is the entire corpus of a political party being so in harmony with one another that they just let the president do whatever. They assumed, not unreasonably, that Americans just don't get along with each other that well. They assumed that if there was an opportunity to take down an unpopular president, the people in the Senate and the House would just go for it. For their own reasons, at the very least. So, as much as I'm not a fan of the American system right now, they did imagine things. They just didn't imagine that there would be all these people in the House and the Senate, all these Republicans, willing to just not do their job at all. Just not. They don't do anything except follow his orders now. And it's not due to a organized conspiracy. What it is it's a massive moral weakness. None of them are willing to just stand up to him and face his wrath, as futile as his wrath would be if they just stepped to him. But anyway, face his wrath and say, no, Mr. President, you can't do that. And we won't enable you to do that. They all tell themselves, well, if I stick my head up, I'll be the only one, and I guess the wrath of Trump will fall upon me. I mean, he has destroyed people's careers before, but, when he was upset with them. But arguably, he doesn't really have that kind of sway anymore. Like, what could he do if he was really mad at someone in the House or the Senate? Like, they're elected. They're there. He can't de-elect them. He might make it so that they can't ever be re-elected, but that's about the worst he could do, and I'm not even sure he has that kind of power anymore. I honestly think that if just even a sizable contingent of them, turned against him and formed a bloc, that's the important part, and I realize Americans don't form blocks very easily, but voted as one, presented had one of them be the spokesperson, go to him, say, I've got like 20 congressmen or a dozen senators here who are going to block everything you do, because we can do that. And, unless you start behaving more reasonably, we're going to impeach you, and you will lose. You will go out of government, and then you will go to jail. The only thing keeping you out of jail right now is the fact that you're president. If you stop being president, your ass is going in jail. So they could do this. And it's the fact that none of them really have the courage to do this, at least on an official level. I mean, some of them at least are they're smart enough rats to start looking at the exits to the ship, at least. You know, you've got people like Marjorie Taylor Greene that are expressing doubts about Trump. And at the very least, they're not being struck down. But so far, there isn't an organized, rein in Trump movement. And their founders didn't really anticipate that. So, thank you, Republican senators and congressmen, for being worse than the founders of your nation could have possibly thought. Those are my thoughts for today. I will talk to you nice people again tomorrow. Bye-bye.